This video is sponsored by Epic Games. Today, I'll be trying all 15 jobs in LEGO Fortnite Brick Life to show you exactly what they're like. I'll also be saving up for my dream house in the game, the Starlit. This house cost 36,000 cash, so let's see if I can make enough money by the end of this video. I'll be using the trending jobs system in this video, which lets you earn 2,000 cash per task instead of 500. Every day from 9 to 5, there are 2 trending jobs in the city that you can view in the jobs app on your in-game phone. So let's explore the city, meet some new friends, and see which job ends up being my favorite. And I'm saving my favorite one for last, so be sure to stick around until the end. Grab your hoverboards and let's get started. The first job I'll be trying is a fortune teller at Phaedra's Fortunes. From the moment I stepped inside, I loved the vibes here. The place was dimly lit with string lights and witchy decor, giving it a cozy and magical feel. Upstairs, I met Phaedra, who welcomed me to the team and gave me my first assignment: adjust the energy of the shop. To do this, I changed the colors of the string lights and turned on a diffuser and made the shop just feel a little bit more mystical. While I was working, I met another fortune teller who quickly became my work friend. We waved at each other, emoted, and then decided to take a break together. Our boss told us to brew some tea, so we did that and had a mini tea party right there in the shop. It turned into a cozy hangout where a group of us just hung out together and had a huge emote party. I even checked my own fortune and got a heart, which was so cute. I rode my hoverboard over to the city's bank to start my next job as a security officer, where I joined Flatfoot's security team. My first task was to yell into a megaphone to maintain city order, so I ran through the streets yelling at literally everyone. But things took a chaotic turn when I spotted a scoundrel littering banana peels everywhere. I tried to give them a citation, but they kept running away and dodging me. After a while, I gave up and I just handed the citation to a random person instead. It counted and I got paid, so I wasn't gonna complain. My boss wanted me to hand out even more citation tickets though, so I wanted to track down that scoundrel again. I went back outside and started chasing them through the streets. They were still causing chaos with banana peels, which I ended up having to clean up by myself. At one point, they even dumped a water balloon on me while I was practically begging them to take this ticket. I chased them through the city, even hopping into their car at one point to keep up with them, but unfortunately they crashed, jumped out, and left another banana peel behind to distract me. They ended up getting away while I was stuck cleaning up their mess. Eventually, I found myself inside of a random building trying to give this tour guide a citation just to finish the task. That's when the scoundrel reappeared, only to escape into the elevator before I could catch them. The tour guide must have felt bad for me because they came back over and graciously accepted my citation. Next, I traded my security badge at the bank and became a banker instead. Marigold hired me to deliver a sack of cash. I thought this would be easy enough since I just had to grab it from the ATM, except for I accidentally handed the cash to a random person. Oops. After grabbing more cash, I completed my task, and I even found the bank's vault on accident by jumping into this chute. Working as a banker was chill, but discovering this secret definitely made it exciting. Now let's go to work at Cozy Paws Cat Cafe as a barista. I knew this job would definitely be one of my favorites. The cafe, run by Summer Sky, was absolutely adorable on the outside and on the inside. I immediately started by petting 2 tiny cats, Nougat and Shrimp. Shrimp is the cutest cat ever. I literally almost cried when I saw him. Assignments at this job included serving drinks, refilling food bowls, and of course, sneaking in more pets for Shrimp. I must have looked sleepy or something because one of my coworkers handed me a cup of coffee before we clocked out for the day. The next day, I signed up to be a courier with Sizzle Sergeant, this random person who was at the pier. My job here was to just deliver some packages. The first delivery stop was Meowscles, this buff cat at the gym, which was just down the street and super doable. But my second delivery was to some random person named Raven, who I could not find anywhere in the city after looking around for so long. So the package never got delivered. The next day, I reported to Morndale Academy as an academy professor. Raven, yes, the same Raven I couldn't find yesterday, was the one in charge of giving me my task. First, I had to give out a detention slip, which was a task harder than it sounds since literally no one wanted one. Eventually, a reluctant student took the slip and I was so thankful. I also lectured students in my own classroom. The historical vibes of the academy made me feel like a professor straight out of like a magical university. It was one of the most immersive jobs yet. At this cafe, Halsey hired me and put me on milk tea duty as a barista. I accidentally made green ice cream instead of tea somehow, but once I got the hang of it, I served up the perfect bubble tea. Tending the register and taking orders was super satisfying, and I even grabbed a drink for myself after my shift, and my fellow barista happily delivered it to me. Becoming a sushi chef at Robo Rolls Sushi was next, and the conveyor belt setup in this restaurant blew my mind. The assignments here included refilling teapots and making sushi rolls, but let's be honest, the best part was the dance parties that I had with my coworkers. We turned the sushi restaurant into a full-blown party, and I even got to eat some of the rice and sushi, which was so yummy. After working 8 jobs, I had finally saved up 36,000 cash to buy the Starlit. This house literally has everything: a pool, a rooftop deck, a 2-car garage. It's perfect. I can't wait to decorate the inside, but with only 700 cash left, that will just have to wait. I'm gonna keep working the next 7 jobs to get more cash, so stick around until the end to see the final house tour. Job number 9 had me working as a burger line cook over at Durr Burger. I met my boss, Beef Boss, yes, a literal burger person, who instructed me to take out the trash. I was just minding my business, keeping the place clean, until a security officer showed up, yelling into a megaphone and giving me citations for no reason. It was actually chaos. But I did manage to cook some burgers, I took out more trash, and I even threw away my citation. Somehow the security officer must have known that I threw it away, because they came back and gave me another one and then yelled at my face and even emoted on me. It was so funny, and I still have no idea what my citations were for. The next morning at 9 a.m., I was ready to start my next job, personal trainer at Meowswol's gym. Meowswol's put me to work at his gym, starting with handing out protein shakes, which I accidentally drank myself. My coworkers and I cleaned gym equipment, lifted weights together, and then I had to help spot Meowswol's during his intense workout. Overall, I would say this job was pretty fun. Colonel Poppy hired me as a cinema usher to serve concessions, clean theaters, and hand out movie tickets. I even got to sneak into the theater for a solo movie break. It was so fun. But the theater got super messy, and I ended up being the one who had to clean it. I decided to try the next job a little differently. Instead of working a 9 to 5, I started my shift at midnight. This time I was a scoundrel, so I thought what better time to cause mischief than at night. I thought I would be less likely to get caught. My first move was hacking the bank security system to stir up some trouble, and then I placed some pranks all around the bank. Now, I may or may not have tripped on my own banana peels a few times, but hey, that's part of the job, right? I did manage to hit a few people with water balloons. Someone even walked up to me and handed me a sack of cash because I guess they appreciated my pranks. I said thank you in the text chat and they just replied, "You're welcome." Job 13 had me returning to Morndale Academy, but this time as a student. I was super excited to be back in these amazing buildings with their dark historical vibes. I found Isabel in one of the classrooms and she told me to turn in my homework. There was just one small problem though. My inventory was completely empty. I didn't finish my homework because I didn't even have homework. I decided to sit down anyway and try to learn something while I was there. It turned out to be the right choice because that's when I magically finished my homework and it appeared in my inventory. So I turned it in and completed my task. After that, I decided to look for my classmates. To my surprise, I found all of them hanging out and skipping class in front of the academy. But unlike them, I'm a good student, so I went back to class like the responsible learner I am. My next and final assignment at school was to give a presentation to the class. I made my way to the front of the classroom, stepped up to the podium, and delivered what I can only assume was the greatest presentation Morndale Academy has ever seen. Next, I'll be working as a tour guide for the day. Budge hired me to show people around Brick Bay. So I chatted with some NPCs, wandered around the city, and I even got a ride from these two random people, which helped me complete my task way faster. They even gave me a tour of their house, and it was so cute. Now for my personal favorite and the last job of the day, I started my new job as a stable hand. The first thing I needed to do was refill the food for the ponies, but as soon as I actually saw the ponies, I got completely distracted. You can pet them, and when you do, a cute little heart pops up. It's so adorable. I spent way too much time doing this before I remembered that I had an actual job to do. I grabbed some hay and started restocking the ponies' food. Between petting the horses, feeding them apples, and shoveling stables, this job was pure wholesomeness. The cherry blossom trees added an extra peaceful vibe, and bonding with the ponies made it my absolute favorite job experience. Now that we've tried all 15 jobs and I've had plenty of time to earn cash and decorate, it's finally time for the full tour of my dream house in LEGO Fortnite Brick Life. And I've maxed out the build limit with 150 out of 150 possible items placed on this lot, so trust me, this house is decorated to the fullest. Starting with the front porch, we have our pool, and I just kept it simple with some flowers next to the front door. When you walk inside, you'll be greeted by my cozy kitchen. I love how the dining room table looks here and all of the cute little details on the counters. You can walk over to this little living space, complete with comfy couches and bookshelves, perfect for hanging out or just relaxing. Down these stairs, I've turned my garage into a storage area, and I even made a little laundry space back here. Nothing too fancy, but I thought it was functional. Back in this nook behind the stairs, I created a little seating area. It's such a good spot, and honestly, it might be my favorite corner in the entire house. Heading upstairs, there's some more seating that overlooks the city, surrounded by trinkets and different decor. I also set up another cozy nook with some books and decor. You can really tell I was going for comfy vibes. Next, we have my studio area where I set up a desk, my bed, and lots of cute furniture. There's also a door leading to my bathroom, which I kept clean and simple. And over here, I created another living space, and I just love how this one turned out. It looks so satisfying. Out on the patio, I added a few different seating spots, so there's plenty of room to chill and enjoy the fresh air. And the last stop is the rooftop, which I decided to leave completely empty so you can just run around freely and take in the incredible views of the city. I'm honestly so happy with how my house turned out. It feels so cozy and exactly like the dream house that I imagined. I had so much fun building and decorating, and I hope that you all enjoyed this little tour. And that wraps up our adventure through all 15 jobs in LEGO Fortnite Brick Life. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more fun adventures. A huge thank you to Epic Games for sponsoring this video, and to all of you for watching. LEGO Fortnite Brick Life is an absolute blast, so go check it out for yourself and start your own adventure. See you in the next one. Bye!